Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome indeed to the 39th Annual PROSE Awards of the AAP and the Professional Scholarly Publishing Division of AAP. It's a great pleasure that I have to host you today. My name is John Jenkins. I'm the chair of the PROSE Awards, and we've got a fantastic show for you today. I will say this is always one of the highlights of my year, and I'm sure that today will be no exception. I'm delighted to see everyone here, and I want to welcome all of you who are viewing on the webcast or who will later look at this on YouTube or on our website, proseawards.com. Thank you all for being here. It's also my pleasure to tell you that this is the one event during this meeting when you will be able to get out your smartphone, take selfies, take pictures, answer email, and no one will criticize you because we want you to tweet using the hashtag PROSE Awards. We are going to be showing those tweets on the screens, and everyone at home and is watching in the viewing parties that we know are happening in various publishing houses around the world today, they'll also be able to see it. So say hi to your friends, take some selfies. And there's a reason why I'm going to be encouraging that even more than usual today. We had a record number of entries again this year, and one of the things that we will be doing today is awarding approximately 50 winners in various subject categories. In deference to the movie that's about to open and the all-time best-selling book, I'm going to call this 50 Shades of Prose. How about that? All right? And we've got our own film, too. We've got our own film for you. We had entries from all over. We open these awards to commercial presses, university presses, associations, museum presses, trade publishers, and we have winners in every category. The other thing about PROSE is that in professional and scholarly publishing, we honor the whole book. It isn't a design competition. It isn't just a competition for authors. It's the entire book. It really rewards the scholarship that is created and the way that that scholarship is shown on the page or on the screen, the way it's visually shown to us and the way we absorb it as scholars. So it's just a unique process that we go through and a unique program, and we are grateful, as always, for everyone's participation. This year we're going to be giving the R.R. Hawkins Award winner, as in the past, a $10,000 cash prize. Important, and I'm glad that we have the support of PSP and AAP to do this. Very, very important to recognize authors. Without them, without the author, nothing happens. I want to thank some people that have been very instrumental in this process, no less this year than in years past. I'd like to begin with my good friend John Tagler over here in the corner of the room. John, you have led PSP. You've done a great job. You have not only that, you have put up with me and all my ideas. About 1 in 10, actually, John says, yeah, it's pretty good, you should do that. And the other 9, okay. John, thank you very much for your leadership, and we really appreciate it. I mean it. Kate Calendo, you're going to see later in a film an excited statement by me, where is Kate? I don't know where she is right now. There she is. Kate Calendo has been the program manager for PROSE the entire time. This is, I think, my 7th year in the chair. She's been my program manager the entire time. Kate, you make it look easy. Without you, I am nothing. I thank you. Thank you, Kate. I want to thank our sponsor today. We have an audiovisual sponsor, Senveo, and I know that there are folks from Senveo sprinkled throughout here. I thank you, and I hope if you know them or you see them, you thank them. They are one of the reasons we can do this great work. today and show it to you. Thank you, Senbeo. We had 14 PROSE judges this year. Some of them are here, a few of them are here today. Meyer Cutts is somewhere in the room, as is Eric Lindquist. Meyer has been, we sort of have the alpha and the omega of judges. Meyer has been a judge with PROSE since before I got here in 2000 and has done yeoman's work, huge work for us over that time. Eric is a brand new judge this year from the University of Maryland. We're glad you're both here. Thank you guys for doing this. And thank you. And finally, the other members of the Planning Committee who are not here, but we want to recognize Steve Chapman, McGraw-Hill, Nigel Fletcher-Jones from the American University in Cairo, as well as Meyer, serve as our Planning Committee, so which means they are the first line of defense to rein me in before the idea gets to John. And finally, I want to just thank everybody who submitted to the awards program this year. It's because you did that this awards program is the premier program of its kind, and because the value of the award is so great as a result of the huge participation that we have. When you win this award, you have won something very special. At the end of the festivities today, we're going to be donating all the books. We had, I think, approximately 1,300 volumes of print works that we shipped around and managed, and we have still most of them, those that have not been taken already by PROSE judges to put in their personal libraries. We're going to donate those, and we are donating them to the AU University in Cairo and also to the Medgar Evers College Library in Brooklyn. And by doing that, first, we are keeping them off the secondary market. It's very important, always, guys, okay? And we're also contributing greatly to scholars and scholarship. We're giving to libraries that are in need and who will greatly be able to use these books. So we have a very entertaining program for you today. We're going to be presenting several films that are premiering here today. We will be showing a slideshow during lunch of all of the winners and identifying, so please keep an eye on the screen. If you are listed as a winner, and we have put, I believe the winners list is on everyone's chair. If you're a winner, you'll see it on the screen. And we're going to have, in addition to we're going to have the finalists for the R.R. Hawkins, which are the top 5 best books in their category for 2015. Now, I mentioned earlier get out your smartphones, okay? To get you into that tweeting frame of mind, we reached out to the PROSE community. Some of you may have seen it. We tweeted out, and we have many followers. We tweeted out, send us selfies of yourselves with your books. And we got hundreds. We got hundreds of selfies. It was really cool. And so Kate decided this year she would write a short script. We've got about a 90-second film for you. It looks like it could be, and maybe it will be, a commercial. And so what we're going to do is show you this great work featuring many of you. The title is Selfies, and 90 seconds. So we're going to roll tape. James Noble, please, roll the tape.
Connection. That's what social media is all about. Connecting us with friends, colleagues, family across the globe. And the PROSE Awards are connected. Our friends, followers, and connections are the publishers, editors, and authors of the best professional and scholarly books, reference works, journals, and digital products published each year. They are the professors, scholars, editors, and publishers who make up a distinguished panel of PROSE judges. They are the volunteers and staff who make PROSE the premier awards program of its kind. But don't just take our word for it. Meet the faces behind the best professional and scholarly works this year. Meet the people who bring you PROSE. Meet the PROSE Social Network. Breaking records every year, the PROSE Awards just keeps growing, and so does its social network. The brightest minds, the best works in professional and scholarly publishing. This is who PROSE represents, and this is what PROSE is. PROSE connects the greatest works published each year with a readership of ravenous minds. Get in on this social network. Connect with PROSE, the American Publishers Awards for professional and scholarly excellence.
All right. Coming soon to ESPN, I think. Kate told me, I said, where did we get the music for this? Kate said, Shades of Ramones. So that was really a nice touch, very nice. So we're going to be showing the live Twitter feed. Please tweet away. I'm going to sit down and allow you guys to eat for a few minutes and enjoy this great meal that we've got for you. Then I'm going to be coming back up, and we'll be presenting another film and also all of the awards that are yet to come. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed seeing the tweets, the winners, everything else. Now, it's time to give out some awards. And before we do that, I want to just give you an indication of what you're about to see. We're going to show a 10-minute film by our filmmaker, Mary Rose Senek. Every year that I have chaired these awards, I've pushed to bring a camera into the judging room. There was some resistance to this, not least of which from our own filmmakers who, 16 hours of video over 2 days. It means that in order to edit that into a compact 10 minutes, they have to look at 16 hours of video repeatedly of judges. So, but this year we did it. We actually have a film for you that shows the entire process. It starts with the day after the entry deadline for PROSE. We had 2,000 pounds of books come in, so we had a film crew come in and film the process of opening all those books. Then we visited 3 judges. We have 14 judges. We visited 3 of them who were close enough to New York City to be within range. And you're going to see each of these judges in their element judging and how they do it. And then finally, the judging process itself, which is a rigorous 2 days. It's a high bar that continues to get higher for the judges and the presentations that they must do to persuade the rest of us that a particular book is a winner. You're going to see all this. So I would like now to invite our videographer, James Noble, who is the editor of this film that was created by Mary Rose. I'd like now to ask James to roll that, and we're going to look at 10 minutes in the life of PROSE, 2015. I do have.
So, I mean, it's looking good. Things are still coming in. I mean, we're the day after the entries, and we still have, like, a lot of entries expected. A lot of our big people still haven't gotten their works to us yet. So I'm thinking it'll be okay.
At some point in November, we get a large box of books for every category that we're judging, and there's a real thrill to opening that up, pulling the books out. They're all nice and new and shiny.
Is this today's haul?
This is today's haul. There's more here. There's more in the room next door. I haven't gone through it yet. I'm going to do that next. But so far, it's looking really good. I'm pretty sure I'm going to slice a wrist at some point.
Well, let's not go that far.
I might.
Boxes come every day, and the great thrill is opening them up and seeing what's coming in. Ooh, a new book.
We still have a long way to go.
We do have a long way to go. Okay.
Ah, hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
You're most welcome. Oh my God, what the devil is this? Oh, wouldn't you know it? It's books. Yeah, you're right from the AAP. Each of these books takes on a personality and a voice, and the voice says, read me, in a different voice. It's these voices here, the books for judging, that we have to consider.
Loving books has its risks as well. You accumulate a lot over the years. We've kind of colonized the cellar here. This is where most of them end up, in the back part of the cellar.
But I sort of like all the books in the corner, and I sit here. I have New York City outside my window, and I take a look at it, and I start thinking, is this the one?
Since I'm sort of, as you can see, plugged into a reading world, I already have some idea of what are the good new books. Both the good and bad news is that 3/4 of all the books that were shipped to me, I already had purchased.
Often,
Yes.
I begin to form an opinion of a book as soon as I look at the table of contents, start reading the introduction.
And I want to emphasize that I give every single book an equal chance. I don't make any preconceptions. I have sneaking suspicions that some books might rise to the top.
And I can test what my ideas are in this area by talking to various academics and, like, what do you think of these books? How important are they?
You go in and you see a whole room full of brand new books, stacked nicely, neatly. You wander around and look at the other categories since you haven't seen them yet. So even before you start talking with the judges, with the other judges, and discussing the books, there's a kind of excitement to the room where we do the judging. It's 2 pretty intense days, but it's enormous fun.
Gather the assembled multitudes and welcome everybody to this year's judging for the PROSE Awards. This is a standard refrain, but it's true. We had more entries this year in the PROSE Awards than ever in our 39-year history. And so we have more work to do than ever, and we're going to get it done in the same period of time. So we're going to cram more work into less time, get it all done as we always do. It's a marathon, and thank you all for being here in person as we start this.
But you can't, I had to narrow it down.
And neurophysiology, one at Princeton and one I think at...
This is a breath of fresh air. This is new.
Good book. Not that much has been done on this subject lately.
But I'm probing on it because I hear you I'm curious about it when I asked you.
Again, I think it's probably the most creative.
They feel that there's 2 sides to the coin. This is a really good book.
1 winner and 2 honorable mentions.
Took one essential kernel of interesting information and developed a book around it.
I do have.
There's an inbuilt problem here. Just
No,
You know what? From a trade perspective, that's a great book, and I would argue that
you should get something.
Right.
Right, yeah, that's good. No,
but
that's
again,
good.
I'm looking
like
at
gymnastics judging, or
Yeah.
ice skating judging.
Well,
These are human. We're making human judgments. We're probably going to be wrong some of the time. Hey, that's the way it is. You do the best you can.
Oh, please proceed.
This is going to be a very controversial presentation because the best book I had is it's a Dada science book. So you know how I score, right? I score 10 points for originality, 10 points for production. In other words, is it well put together? Does the book fall apart when you open it? Are the figures so small you can't see? All those things, the color photos are smudged and so forth. And then finally, ease of readership. In other words, is it appealing to read?
No, it's not a problem. If it's the best book, it's the best book. But can you distinguish, could you just spend a minute distinguishing this from the other honorable mentions, for example?
And I think the quality is good. There were, in both psychology and philosophy, there were a lot of good books.
Well,
So
I think that what we do here is we're rewarding and awarding books that are groundbreaking in their way, or path-setting, or that create major additions to the scholarship. So I think you have to, we're looking to you to tell us which one would be.
I'm the one that the one that I really think I'm going for then is this one. This was my initial. This was my initial pick, and then I kind of backed off, and then I.
Why did you back off?
Well, because
My job as chairman is to keep the discussion moving and sometimes to probe so that we get a clear picture of which submission really is the best.
That crosses a couple of disciplines.
We want serious books. Yes, but that's not what we're promoting. I said, well then tough. We still need serious books.
Well, we're having a discussion.
Are the Navajos and the Apaches who are Athabascans who came from British Columbia 1500, 1600. So that supports absolutely. They were there long ago, but they didn't migrate until relatively recently.
So I'm going to go for a winner here, and this is this book.
That's the
library
book.
See, that's the thing. You know, this is a bestseller, and quite rightly
That's
so.
right.
This will never be a bestseller, right? But by God, it's good.
All right, next year, we are making sure, where is Kate Calendo?
I'm right here.
We're done.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, so the extra drink tonight, on me. It was a rigorous first day of judging. I think everybody looks forward to getting together over dinner to blow off steam and sharing the camaraderie of what we do. The results here, and they become increasingly important as we get to the top 4 or 5 winners, they're a secret. They are not to be discussed.
We can be that committee, and we have been on occasion. Some of the books we picked, occasionally we've also given awards to books that can impact and alter the way society moves.
I'm voting for that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? How many judges are voting?
That's my vote.
Yep. 1, 2, Myers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 votes. That wins. That wins. So, okay. So that's it. Okay. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 votes for that.
That's the number.
Okay.
I vote for that one.
Okay, that's great. That's unanimous. Thank you.
I vote for bigger.
This wins. Fairness. Oh, the material life. You're invited to vote.
Let the record show. One judge, not history of the science of birds, which is different.
All right, guys, that's it. We didn't reveal one winner. All right. Not one winner revealed yet, so a very tough editing job. But anyway, thank you all. That's great. So we are going to now award 5 awards for excellence. And I want to just tell you briefly what those categories are and how we do it. So we've got humanities, social sciences, physical sciences, biological and life sciences, and reference works. And we'll be showing each. And then the winner, when announced, we have Kate Calendo will be here to give us the award for presentation. So I'd like, at this point, first of all, I want to mention that all winners will be available to see on PROSEAwards.com immediately after the festivities here. I'd like to introduce and bring up Tom Allen. Tom is the president and CEO of the AAP, a great friend of the PSP. And Tom, it's a delight to see you again this year. Thank you, sir, for being here, man. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll be very brief, but someone has to thank John Jenkins, and that's my job. He's done a masterful job at running this program for several years, and even if John Tagler doesn't accept all of his ideas, still many of the best ones
Thank you,
get
Tom.
in.
Thank you.
Anyway, and I do also want to thank the AAP staff, John Tagler, Sarah Pinto, and of course Kate Calendo, for the great work that they do. And finally, for all of you, you make this whole conference, and we're delighted to have you here. We like to see the expanded number of attendees this year, and just very glad to have you. All right.
Thank you.
We should
Thank
get
you.
on with it.
Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Okay.
The finalists for the 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Humanities are the Museum of Modern Art, Gauguin, Metamorphoses, by Star Figura, Elizabeth Childs, Hal Foster, and Erica Mosier. Yale University Press, The Life Within, Classic Maya and the Matter of Permanence, by Stephen Houston. Columbia University Press, Lady in the Dark, Iris Berry and the Art of Film, by Robert Sitton. Cambridge University Press, The Material Life of Roman Slaves, by Sandra R. Joschel and Lauren Hackworth Peterson. Harvard University Press, Digital Loeb Classical Library, editor Sharmila Sen. Princeton University Press, Revolutionary Ideas, An Intellectual History of the French Revolution from the Rights of Man to Robespierre, by Jonathan Israel. John Wiley and Sons, Thought, A Journal of Philosophy. Editors Crispin Wright, John Divers, and Carrie Ichikawa Jenkins. Syracuse University Press, Disability Rhetoric, by J. Dolmage. University of Ottawa Press, The Collected Poems of Miriam Waddington, edited and with an introduction by Ruth Panofsky. Sourcebooks, Spam Nation, The Inside Story of Organized Cybercrime, by Brian Krebs. The MIT Press, Music and the Making of Modern Science, by Peter Pesek. Cambridge University Press, Torture, Power, and Law, by David Lubin. Cambridge University Press, Augustine Deformed, Love, Sin, and Freedom in the Western Moral Tradition, by John M. Rist. Simon & Schuster, Gotham Unbound, The Ecological History of Greater New York, by Ted Steinberg.
All right. Tom, the winner.
The 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Humanities goes to Cambridge University Press, The Material Life of Roman Slaves by Sandra R. Joschel and Lauren Hackworth Peterson. Accepting the award for Cambridge University Press, please welcome Mark Zadrozny, publisher.
Don't forget this. It's very heavy. Very heavy. Okay.
The finalists for the 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Social Sciences are McGill Queen's University Press, Ancient Pathways, Ancestral Knowledge, by Nancy J. Turner. Yale University Press, Worldly Gurus and Spiritual Kings, Architecture and Asceticism in Medieval India, by Tamara I. Sears. Princeton University Press, Fragile by Design, The Political Origins of Banking Crises and Scarce Credit, by Charles W. Calamiris and Stephen H. Haber. The Belknap Press of Harvard University Press, Capital in the 21st Century, by Thomas Piketty, translated by Arthur Goldhammer. The University of Chicago Press, American School Reform, What Works, What Fails, and Why, by Joseph P. McDonald. The University of Chicago Press, The Public School Advantage, Why Public Schools Outperform Private Schools, by Christopher A. Lubienski and Sarah Thule Lubienski. Farrar, Straus, and Giroux, Political Order and Political Decay, From the Industrial Revolution to the Globalization of Democracy, by Francis Fukuyama. Oxford University Press, Immigration Outside the Law, by Hiroshi Motomura. Cambridge University Press, How Sexual Desire Works, The Enigmatic Urge, by Frederick Totes. Johns Hopkins University Press, Doctors Without Borders, Humanitarian Quests, Impossible Dreams of Médecins Sans Frontières, by Renee C. Fox. Princeton University Press, Why Gender Matters in Economics, by Mukesh Eshwaran.
All right, the winner.
The 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Social Sciences goes to the Belknap Press of Harvard University Press, Capital in the 21st Century, by Thomas Piketty, translated by Arthur Goldhammer. Accepting the award for Harvard University Press, please welcome Ian Malcolm, Executive Editor at Large for Europe.
Better on the handoff, aren't we? I think we're... All right.
The finalists for the 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Physical Sciences and Mathematics are Elsevier Academic Press, Distillation, edited by Andrzej Gorjak and Zarko Ilujic. The MIT Press, Reality Mining, Using Big Data to Engineer a Better World, by Nathan Eagle and Kate Green. Elsevier, Encyclopedia of the Solar System, edited by Tillman Spahn, Doris Brewer, and Torrance Johnson. Cambridge University Press, Atlas of Meteorites, by Monica Grady, Giovanni Pratesci, and Vani Moji Cecchi. Yale University Press, Water 4.0, The Past, Present, and Future of the World's Most Vital Resources, by David Sedlak. John Wiley & Sons, Bioprocessing of Renewable Resources to Commodity Bioproducts, by Virendra S. Basaria and Akihiko Kondo. IEEE, IEEE Access, editor Michael Pecht. American Mathematical Society, Hilbert's Fifth Problem and Related Topics, by Terence Dow. Princeton University Press, Trees of Eastern North America, by Gil Nelson, Christopher J. Earle, and Richard Spellenberg. Wiley, The Perfect Meal, The Multisensory Science of Food and Dining, by Charles Spence and Bettina Picaris-Fisman. John Wiley & Sons, Arrow Pushing in Inorganic Chemistry, A Logical Approach to the Chemistry of the Main Group Elements, by Abit Ghosh and Stefan Berg.
Okay, and the winner.
The 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Physical Sciences and Mathematics goes to Cambridge University Press, Atlas of Meteorites, by Monica Grady, Giovanni Pratesci, and Vani Moji Cecchi. Accepting the award for Cambridge University Press, please welcome Mark Zagrovsky, publisher.
Another one for you. All right.
The finalists for the 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Biological and Life Sciences are John Wiley & Sons, Ultrastructure Atlas of Human Tissues by Fred E. Hostler. Princeton University Press, Do Zombies Dream of Undead Sheep? A Neuroscientific View of the Zombie Brain by Timothy Versteinen and Bradley Wojtek. Oxford University Press, A Video Atlas of Neuromuscular Disorders by Aziz Shaibani. Tema Publishers, Neurosurgery Tricks of the Trade, Cranial by Remy Nader, Christian Granjanello, Scott C. Berta, Abdul Rahman J. Saba, and Michael L. Levy. Elsevier, Virtual Microscope for Books, Major Reference Works, and Journals. Princeton University Press, 10,000 Birds, Ornithology Since Darwin, by Tim Birkhead, Joe Wimpenny, and Bob Montgomery. Princeton University Press, Visual Ecology, by Thomas W. Cronin, Sonke Janssen, N. Justin Marshall, and Eric J. Warrant.
All right, and the winner.
The 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Biological and Life Sciences goes to John Wiley & Sons, Ultrastructure Atlas of Human Tissues by Fred E. Hostler. Accepting the award for John Wiley & Sons, please welcome Colette Bean, Vice President and Publishing Director.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations. And one last category.
The finalists for the 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Reference Works are Cambridge University Press, The Cambridge History of the First World War, edited by J. Winter. Elsevier, Comprehensive Organic Synthesis, Editors-in-Chief Paul Naukel and Gary A. Mollander. The Kent State University Press, Wearable Prints, 1760 to 1860, History, Materials, and Mechanics, by Susan W. Green. Cambridge University Press, Biomaterials and Regenerative Medicine, edited by Peter Ma.
And the winner.
The 2015 PROSE Award for Excellence in Reference Works goes to Cambridge University Press, The Cambridge History of the First World War, edited by J. Winter. Accepting the award for Cambridge University Press, please welcome Mark Zadrowski.
It's been a heck of a year for Cambridge University Press. Congratulations. Congratulations. So, we now come to the R.R. Hawkins Award. Tom, stay right here. So, R.R. Hawkins, Reginald Robert Hawkins, was one of the great librarians in New York, public librarian in the 20th century, and he worked after World War II to rebuild the libraries of Europe that had been devastated in World War II. So there was a reason many years ago that this award was named for him, and we honor him and those like him today with this award. We have 5 contenders for the Hawkins Prize, and we're going to roll those now.
The finalists for the 2015 R.R. Hawkins Award are Cambridge University Press, The Material Life of Roman Slaves, by Sandra R. Joschel and Lauren Hackworth Peterson. The Belknap Press of Harvard University Press, Capital in the 21st Century, by Thomas Piketty, translated by Arthur Goldhammer. Cambridge University Press, Atlas of Meteorites, by Monica Grady, Giovanni Pratesci, and Vani Moji Cecchi. John Wiley & Sons, Ultrastructure Atlas of Human Tissues, by Fred E. Hostler. Cambridge University Press, The Cambridge History of the First World War, edited by Jay Winter.
And we do have a winner.
The 2015 R.R. Hawkins Award goes to the Belknap Press of Harvard University Press, Capital in the 21st Century by Thomas Piketty, translated by Arthur Goldhammer. And accepting the award for Harvard University Press, please welcome Ian Malcolm.
I hope you prepared something.
I have.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to hear from you for a few minutes then. There you go. And let me get this out of your way.
Thank you. Thank you very much on behalf of the author and on behalf of Harvard University Press. It's wonderful to win, for all of us who worked on the book, to win an award that's been chosen by our peers in publishing and to win it against such extraordinary competition as well. I've been asked to speak for 5 to 10 minutes on the making of the book and why it's an important contribution to scholarly publishing. And one of the joys of this book is that it's sold very well and it's been widely reviewed. So most of you, or many of you in the room, will already know roughly what it's all about. So thanks very much. I'll sit down now. I will say a few things. I'd first like to pay tribute to the author. When I first met Thomas Piketty on a routine acquisition trip, I asked what he was working on, and he said he was trying to answer the same questions as Karl Marx, only with better data and a clearer theory. And normally that sort of claim is a cue for a quick editorial exit. And you good luck, and I'll give you the name of an editor at Oxford University Press, and you know, when you solve the mind-body problem, you know, just send me an email. But this wasn't a normal author. Thomas was already a star in the profession. He'd started thinking hard about the history and dynamics of inequality 20 years ago, back when he was about 5. And he didn't think we knew anywhere near enough about the basic facts of inequality, and that our theories, our explanations of what we did know, were deeply unsatisfactory, whether we'd inherited them from Karl Marx, from Simon Kuznets, or from Genghis Khan, for that matter. So, like a climber at the base of Mount Everest, he planned a route and proceeded slowly, step by step, year by year, in his case, to uncover and analyze the relevant information, working with some formidable colleagues, notably Emmanuel Saez at Berkeley and the godfather of inequalities, Tony Atkinson, whose own book, Inequality, What Can Be Done, will be appearing in 2 months at a reasonable price of $29.95. You can place orders with the editors, with the waiters, if you'd like. So given Thomas's heavyweight reputation, when he then asked if it was pretentious, whether it was pretentious to say that he was working on a modern version of Das Kapital, I quickly explained that there'd be lots of time to talk about that sort of stuff after he'd signed a contract. We were very lucky that he did sign with us in short order and placed his faith in us. What he produced, of course, is one of the most important books of the century so far in any discipline, a masterful compilation and distillation of data on 200 years of inequality, combined with bold theoretical interpretations of its rise and fall and possible future course, and a non-revolutionary set of ideas for moderating it. The Hawkins Award, obviously, is above all else for that intellectual achievement. It's Thomas Piketty's award. But it's a publishing award, too, and I'd like to say a few words about the collective effort of my colleagues at Harvard. It takes a lot of people to transform Word files into more than 500,000 blocks of paper and board and airlift them to the clamoring masses from Timbuktu to Tuktoyaktuk. And it's a real achievement of planning and execution. We didn't know, of course, that the book would sell. It's now over 600,000, I think. But it wasn't the case either that we treated it as a run-of-the-mill book and then just hammered the reprint button with delight and panic when it proved to be super normal. We got the 250,000 word manuscript on, I think it was May 8th, 2013, and on May 7th, 2014, 364 days later, it was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Now, that's a real achievement of planning and execution as well, a real planning, an achievement of foresight. Art Goldhammer, the peerless translator, deserves a lot of the credit for this, for turning the manuscript into exceptionally clear and elegant English, not just at record speed, but while he was recovering from cancer. He's one of the heroes of the book. The book had phenomenal support at the top of the press from Bill Sisler, from Susan Bomer, sitting there, Susan Donnelly, Tim Jones, Richard Howells. And I'd like to credit a few people who just quietly got on with the sort of work that everybody here knows extremely well, that makes such a difference not just to the end product, but also to the process of getting there without killing each other. The production editor, Kate Brick, editorial assistant, Joy Deng, designer, Graciela Gallup, who's created a cover that is now an icon in many ways, and two publicists, Lisa Lapointe and Rebecca White, who've had many sleepless nights trying to keep up with the publicity for the book, and who have they've had to implant a microchip in Thomas's shoulder so that they can inform the media where he is on the globe at any given instant. It's been a real achievement of all those people. And I'd like to say as well why the book is an ideal symbol of the power and potential of the business that we're all in, scholarly publishing. I think the demand for the book is in part a demand for the real thing, for genuine substance, for knowledge that we can rely on about a matter of vital importance. You can disagree with the book, though woe betide you if you do it carelessly, as some have found out. It makes it, you could disagree with it, but that's because there's something there to disagree with in the first place. It's a book that makes itself open to scrutiny. It isn't the kind of French theory that we sometimes got used to ridiculing over the years, the kind of work that's willfully obscure and at times indifferent to truth and meaning. It's a different sort of French theory. It's from the Enlightenment tradition, steeped in the tradition of grappling with difficult truths and explaining them in the clearest possible terms to as many people as possible. In academic publishing, of course, we don't always reach vast numbers of people, and our authors aren't always beacons of clarity, but we are, more than publishers in any other corner of the industry, committed to the project of getting complicated things right and to figuring out what subject it's worth saying anything about in the first place. Other publishers put portraying the world accurately and fairly a little lower in the list of priorities. In that sense, I think Piketty's book is a calling card for the sort of work we all try to do every day. Finally, a nice aspect of the book that has actually changed some things. It's changed intellectual debate, obviously. It's not possible to talk about inequality in the same way anymore. It's also changed a few things in the world outside the academy as well. I read recently that the CEO of Aetna, the healthcare company, read the book and has asked all his executives to read it, and at the same time gave everybody in his company who was at the lowest pay grade a 33% raise because he was so concerned about the inequality that the book diagnoses. And I think especially in light of how much we talk about new technology, it's a wonderful thing, I think, for all of us here that in 2014 the humble technology of the book could have that kind of difference. Thanks very much.
Excellent, excellent. Well done, well done. Fantastic. What a pleasure to be awarding all of these books. That does it for these festivities. I want to invite everyone that would like to, that if you won an award or you had an honorable mention and you would like to meet or have your photograph taken with Tom Allen, he'll be here. We have our photographer, James Kim, here. So please come forward at the end of this. To everyone who's here, thank you again for your support. Next year, we're going to come back and celebrate 40 years of the American Publishers Awards. It will be, I cannot tell you what we will do, just that it will be something spectacular. And I thank you all for being here. Everybody be safe. Thank you. See you here next year.